because you're running a business. There's money involved, but you're also friends. But you're also training partners. Is there a tension that money creates that threatens to destroy friendships? That's something I always worry about with money. I try not to go do any kind of business with friends or family.
I think if we're all very clear and honest and open at the start, makes it much easier. I think people have issues when there's like kind of like things are written in fine print and nobody knows the exact answers.
And a lot of jiu-jitsu guys can't read. Yeah, that makes it.
We're learning that
well.
today.
Yeah.
Hey.
No.
Definitely complicated though.
Yeah, I mean it's not always obvious how to be transparent and stuff and about everything. Have you felt that tension? Because in the jiu-jitsu world, money's not really unlimited. Just running a school, what's that like? Because this is the first time you're running a school, running a gym.
Yeah, I mean, it's just constantly updating people about what's going on, what your expectations are. You know what I mean? We've had some problems with coaches who I feel like think the pie is bigger than it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They feel like maybe we're getting rich out of this and they're missing out on things. So it's like, even amongst managing staff, that can be challenging too. So yeah, I mean, it's a constant work in progress to make, not only to make sure everyone's happy, but to make sure they're comfortable enough to reach out and tell you they're unhappy. But I feel like those challenges are common amongst any small business.
Still, it sucks. Just to mention, I'm clueless to this, but I'm just now learning this. Somebody I met and talked to and I really like is Isaac. And I just learned, because you're also active on Reddit. What's your name on Reddit? I think it's John Belushi's mom.
As undercover as possible, you know?
Oh, it's not you. It's actually John Belushi's mom, right? So I've done my research, I guess, and I guess you guys had a falling out and have split. I just want to say that I don't know, the few interactions I've had with him, he's like a beautiful human being. So and that just shows to me
visually, maybe not internally,
and sexually, just the experience. No, he's just a kind person. I don't know. I liked him a lot. Like, to me, in a business setting, tensions are created and it sucks. I don't know. I mean, I suppose money, all the stuff that happened in the jungle aside, probably money had a role to play to create extra tension. Money and egos about like who is the leader, who is not the leader. It's tough. It's tough to manage that kind of stuff. I've seen it happen with jiu-jitsu schools a lot. I don't know exactly what, because it's like there is also a hierarchy inside grappling jiu-jitsu schools, like people that are better or not. There's literally ranks, black belt and brown belt. There's like competitors that are better. I mean, it's a weird dynamic in which to operate, because like usually there's more politeness and like humanity layered into the way a company works. But here there's just a bunch of, I mean, it's like violence laid on display, plus money. It's crazy. Is there something you could say to that? Like how you try to minimize, or something you want to comment on, Isaac?
Yeah, I mean, it was an unfortunate situation, but it just didn't work out. You know, like there's going to be personality clashes. Some people...
I can't imagine anyone having a personality clash with you.
With me?
Yeah. It's hard to imagine.
Yeah, surprising, shocking. You know, I mean, I didn't even know what to say on that. I don't want to touch on it too much, but obviously his expectations about his role in the gym, obviously different from ours, led to some personality clashes that were sort of unresolvable. You know, some things happen that can't be resolved. You can't fix those things.
Yeah.
You know, obviously a lesson, I hope for both of us, definitely a lesson for me from a management role to try to address these things sooner. But also sometimes I came up in a different time where there was no money, no opportunities. I had to pave that way totally for myself, especially coming from Australia. Like being a professional athlete in jiu-jitsu was not a thing. So I had to pave a lot of opportunities for myself. And I feel like sometimes, I don't know what the right word is. Sometimes people don't appreciate some of the ways you help them, and they just feel like almost they deserve or are entitled to certain things. And that is very difficult to manage. But I think, again, like we both see the situation different. I do hope he finds a better a more comfortable place to train. But yeah, obviously I've known him for a long time, sort of like a brotherly relationship. So that's going to really make personal problems a lot worse when you're that close to someone, you know?
I just hate it that, like, I've seen it in jiu-jitsu especially, but in other places where, like, close friendships were destroyed because of, like, gym stuff. Like, people running gyms. And it just, as a person who is, in this case, just a fan, but in general, just like a student, it's like, sucks.
But again, in my position, sometimes I wonder if there really was a friendship or mere opportunity. I have to be careful of that with some people in the sport.
It's
that I'm
tough,
like,
yeah.
is it a sincere relationship, or like, I mean, it's difficult for me to tell, or am I a means to an end?
Sure, but I think it's actually a trade-off, because I think a lot of close friendships we have, like even relationships we have, like when tested, like can break if they're not properly communicated. Like some of it could be just misunderstanding of, like, for a prolonged period of time. Not it's not explained through just like a lack of integrity. It's just like you have to, like, talk through that shit. Like, just be honest with each other.
Take some MDMA and really get down to it.
Drugs solve everything. If you learn anything from this conversation, and I've actually haven't done MDMA yet. People say that that's something I would enjoy a lot, because my brain is, I think, naturally on MDMA.
I'd recommend it for sure.
For sure. All right. Is that what you did with Gabby on Valentine? Okay, never mind.
She drugged me.
In general, why does there always seem to be drama in the jiu-jitsu world? Like outside of what's going on here? Or is that just
I think it's universal to anything.
drama's everywhere? And then drama rises to the surface?
Drama makes the money.
Yeah. I wish there was a little bit less.